Alright guys, hey, what's up? It's RSpec Nick here. Today we're going to be dropping the new spark plugs in there. Alright, so whenever you approach this, if you're new to it, the first thing you're going to want to do, if you have a cold air intake like this, definitely disconnect the sensor. On the Chevy Sonics 2013s and up, all you got to do is pull the yellow tab out, click it down, and then pull it off. I already pre-did it, so that's done. Next thing you're going to want to do is get down in there, loosen up this so you can take the intake off, and you can do that with a little 6mm socket. And then once that's done, you're going to want to loosen suspension bushings if you have them. Some people put them on, some people don't. I already loosened this up, so all I have to do is just pull on it, and then it will literally just pop up. Okay, you just do that, pull up on that, and then back here now it's going to be able to swivel on its own freely because it's all loosened up. You can just pull on that. So then you just wiggle it a little bit. This one was a little bit tighter than I thought it would be, since we just put it on a little like a week ago. But you just wiggle it, get the base, and then you got the intake hanging out with us. Just drop that over there for a little bit. Alright, so the next step, you're going to want to remove plastic cover. Right here there's a tab, you literally just pull up on it, it'll pop off, and then slide down, pop it up. Got the cover right there. And then it exposes the ignition coil, which for this one is going to take pretty much, you can just run it on with hex bits. So we'll go ahead and get some of those and go along with the video. Okay, so now we got that. It's going to take a T40 hex bit, and then I matched it up to a 1/4 inch small socket. Basically, you just go, loosen it up. Alright. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take off the connector for it. So it's the same concept as these sensor for the airflow. You just go back here, pull the orange pin back, and then what I did is when I was pushing down on this tab, you get a flathead screwdriver in there to help give a little leverage to lift it off a little bit more. It frees it up so much easier, and definitely need a flathead screwdriver for that. So we'll finish taking these off. And definitely try not to lose all the stuff you're using, because you don't want to be in that last minute panic mode where you're like, wait, where did I put that at? These out. 1, 2. Alright, and then with this, take this, click the tab back, and then it literally opens up to where you can actually get that in here, pry it back without dropping stuff, and then you just pull the connector free. Okay, so now that we pulled the connector back by doing that, this is just, the only thing that's holding it on is basically the suction to the spark plugs. So you just pull on in the middle, outside, try to wiggle it from all ends, and this whole thing will just disconnect, and then you got your ignition coil. I would check it, see if you have any oil along the bottom, see if you need new valve covers. I'm cleaning those, so go to the next step. Okay, so now we got the 3-inch extension, a 5-inch extension, and we got the 16mm deep socket. We are going to start to take out each spark plug, and we're going to switch them out for these NGK Iridium IXs. These were $38 over at Advance, so apparently they're pretty good. It was a pick between these and then the Denso ones. And I like the NGK better than Denso, so I'll start screwing these out and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so we got the first spark plug out, and after about 80,000 miles, this is what I'm dealing with. It's pretty rough. Apparently these were changed at around 30,000 miles with NGK1Rs. So, but yeah, if you want to know the part number for these, it's going to be a 6418. Make sure you do get a gapping tool so you can actually gap them to make sure they're gapped. It should be 0.20 should be the gap size on these. I usually I'll check them real quick, give them a brief run through on checking them, and then basically just go through that. But yeah, so we got the spark plugs out. We're going to start dropping the new ones in, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, so we got all of them switched out now, and once you go to tighten them down, I would just do it just enough so it's a little over hand tight. Okay, so after you do that, you just go ahead and we just start putting stuff back together. Okay, so first we'll start with putting the ignition coil back in. Pretty easy, you just drop it in place, push it down, and then go ahead and drop screws back in it. Go ahead and start hand tightening them if you want. And then you just take the connector from over here, and then push it in place till it clicks. And then push the orange tab back in. That locks that in place. You're going to want to take the T40 hex bit. Go ahead and just start screwing that on by hand, just so you can get it pretty snug. That way you can get it on there pretty quick with the socket. You take the socket, 1/4 inch drive. Same thing with this, you just want to make it a little overhand tight. You don't want to start snapping out screws here. Alright, now with those two in, you're going to switch that out for the 7mm to tighten the actual clamp bolts down. And I'll get this all for you guys, that way you can kind of see it easier. But besides that, you want to drop your valve cover, spark plug cover on. Just clip it in place. And that's good. And then we'll get this thing back on the coupler, and we'll go from there. Okay, so once you get the cold air intake back into the coupler, you're going to want to start to tighten it back up with the 7mm socket. It is a tight spot, so it's going to take a little bit of effort tightening it down. Once it's tightened down, come up here, hook it back into this. This is pretty easy. Just slide it in to place. Come up here, mass airflow sensor, plug it in. Make sure you push the yellow tab in. That way it actually locks it in place. And do a run through real quick. Make sure nothing you missed. Make sure you clean up all your tools, that way you're not shutting the hood on tools. But besides that, you just change spark plugs on your Chevy Sonic. Alright? And then I'll go through real quick, start up, just to show you guys. Yes, once again, no check engine lights that went off. Everything's hooked up great. It does run, you know, so on, so on. Okay, now that you made sure everything was cleaned up, go ahead, give it a little test start just to make sure. And then, as driver manual, make sure it's in neutral. And then as you can see, no check engine lights besides the door being open, and then the obvious emergency brake on. Yeah, it's running good. Did you guys hear the exhaust again on that cold start? It does actually sound pretty good for a little 1.8 liter. But yeah, so that was just a quick spark plug change on anything 2012 to 2015 and 16, I believe, for the 1.8 liters. They're all going to be, they should be a 6418 part number with NGK plugs anyways. I'm not sure if Denso is running the same part number or not, but usually some companies will switch numbers, some companies will stay with the same number, but for the most part it's pretty easy. I mean, I spent 40 bucks on it. I had an actual Chevy dealership tell me it would be $120, so I spent 40 bucks, saved myself, you know, about 80 bucks, so it's not bad. But yeah, but if you like the channel, you want to see some more videos, you know, car videos, do-it-yourself videos, soon I'll be changing the brakes on this thing. Show you guys a quick run through on the brake change on it. I'll have this car for probably another 6 months now, 7 months. I'm looking at Genesis's at the moment, just waiting to find a decent deal on one and a manual. But yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like on this video. If you want to see some more videos in the future of car stuff, anything pretty much car related, really. Right now it's just doing this to the Sonic for now. I'm helping my friend. Soon he's going to be dropping in new taillights on the BRZ, the Valentis. They'll have that up on my channel. He'll have his up on his channel too. It'll be at BRZ Jared. But yeah, I will be dropping another video next Sunday, so go ahead and look forward to that. I'm hoping to get a new camera so I can get the whole widescreen going on instead of just using this little thin screen that you guys get to see. But yeah, if you guys like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But besides that, you guys, nice having you guys here with me watching the video, and for future videos, go ahead and subscribe here.